them, like the name for the character for the lunar year, this year, the ox year. You learn this, and then later you can use put on your painting. And the single characters with other meaning, though, very interesting. Okay, let's start. The first character, Xin, is one of the character for the year, this year. And this also by itself means spicy. Actually, I don't know, lots of like a Japanese restaurant or the products, also the Korean ramen noodle package with this character. Have you ever seen that? The red, kind of famous. I didn't have right now. The red and the black with this character, very spicy on the ramen noodle. Use this, and also I think the Japanese somewhere I saw that. I forgot what's some food.
Same for Japanese. It's the same.
Same thing, right? Yeah,
same,
spicy.
yeah.
Same character, same meaning, huh?
Exact same character.
Oh, exactly. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, but you also use this as the year for the this year. Okay, let's look at the your handout, and I'm going to start it. Okay, dot on the top. I cannot see my. Okay, dot on the top, and then horizontal, kind of very close to that. And then two dots, kind of, we know dots with the, I mean, you can make it some like a different direction, right? So this one, like kind of, my ink smeared because I got water. Vertical direction, and the two dots kind of talk to each other. And then longer horizontal one. And then a smaller horizontal one, almost the same length as the top one. Vertical. That's the, I mean, standard size. My ink, not very good. Because first I got the, very, very too thick one because it's on the bottom of the bottle. And I put some water. I need to grind more. The smear. Okay, and that's moved to the next one for the walking one. Walking one is more connected. The dot is still clear, right? Because a dot. And then very quick horizontal connect two horizontal, then two dots connect, and then the longer horizontal one back to this. Yeah, like a dot, and then like the three, like a number 3 things indicated, one horizontal one, then two dots, then connected with the two, I mean the longer horizontal one, and then like the number 4, do the connect, because this is a connection for the connection of the two horizontal one, like the one stroke. And then the shorter horizontal one back to the center to do the vertical one. Okay. Then let's do the quick move to the the grass one, the cursive one, is really not the very different from the walking one. So I didn't choose that, and just depend on somebody, different body. I mean, how fast and how connected. I mean, with the stroke among the stroke, just very close to the walking ones. I didn't choose that. I chose the clerical style, and I choose this one. Shows the dot. See the dot. Connect, because for the hard surface carving, it's easier to do, connect them together, right? So that, and connect to the horizontal one. Right, the horizontal one. And then two dots also connect, because we talked about hard to leave a little island, I mean, to separate the strokes. And then see the big one, goose tail flying one for this longest horizontal. And then a smaller horizontal. And the vertical. See the whole, keep the whole characters a little bit flat instead of rectangular. Also, I want to emphasize on the one stroke. We talked about for this clerical style, thinking about you are holding the stick, writing on the sand, you know, with some like show some power for that, not just a very slapdash on the paper, you know, that's make difference, but just one stroke of this horizontal one. So only one, choose one stroke to do that, to do this. And how to do that, like 2 points. The same 1 point is to, like say the silk swarm head, which means a little bit kind of, you know, wave things to do the swarm, and also the goose tail flying for the end. The other point, okay, so 1 point is to the flying one. The second point is the wave. So this need to be, this horizontal one need to be a little bit of wave. What's the wave? Okay, show you. At first, we talked about that. First, your brush goes a little bit towards left, a little bit down. See, I do that. Okay, a little bit down to the left, and then back. That's what we call conceal the tip, right? Conceal the tip. So back and then back to the right. A little bit up, right? And then down, press, and then gradually lift, 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 lift. So I do a little bit, you know, 2 over, but there is one stroke there shows in this style, only one. And the 2 points for doing that. One is the tail and the head. The head, why is called? Because before we called like a dog bone thing, like the nail tip. It's like this kind of shape, right? But this is not. This is not a nail. It's like the silk swarm, because Chinese kids raise lots of like how to say, the silk swarm as like the pets. So use this example for Chinese very familiar with. You know, the silkworm to give out the silk later. The head, a little bit like the head here, and like a neck here, a little bit, you know, the shape like that, and then tail, body. So the shape a little bit like that. That's why the name for it called silkworm head, goose tail, flying at end. So 2 points, flying thing, and then wave thing. See, this stroke is not perfect horizontal. Make some wave. And what's the direction to make the wave? I put here. You know, your brush goes about this direction to make that. This style shows difference from the seal graving style. Totally, you know, totally same widths for the knife on the, you know, Oracle style. So this is the typical stroke. Only one stroke in one character shows the, you know, different, and shows the beauty of this style, and it's different from the Oracle style. Okay, I want to bring it to the point, say it again. Yeah, so make it 2 points, remember. The tail, flying, the wave also. Okay, let's continue to the second characters. This character I explained is for the year of the name. And also very interesting, this is simplified character for we didn't learn yet, because I don't think we need to use that for the meaning of the ugly. Okay, actually this is simplify, and also this is the real, not for simplify, for the name of the year. We use only simplify. Okay, very easy to do, but sometimes, you know, the last stroke, it's not hard to make it balanced. Okay, horizontal on the top, not very long, and then pause, make the turn, and the other horizontal, but kind of the long dot, kind of the a little bit of slant. And then longer horizontal stroke. And then the other horizontal one on the top, on the bottom, and look at where to start and where to stop to make it, you know, balanced but not very stiff. Okay, this here, and that's about that. So that's the character for we are going to use on our painting, you know, to sign, sign your name instead of, you know, more authentic looking for the like just the 200 2021 this year. Okay, walking style, you can tell. The center kind of the later horizontal, the vertical one, I said this looking is really like the dot, and at the among the strokes shows a little bit, you know, the tendency of the movement for the connection, right? So basically just to make it more fluent and more faster writing. And the cursive one, It's just a cursive, but actually same way, same order to do that. And some in the circle thing, the rounded thing, just the direct, I mean, the shows the connection among the strokes. Okay, same order, do that, and it just shows more connection for that. Okay, and look at the last stroke, kind of press and lift, because in the especially for the cursive style, lots of time I said shows the the wholeness of the chi when you write, and you need some rhythm for that. So some light, some heavy, some place press more, sometimes you lift, and at the end, sometimes ready for the next character, so you lift your brush a little bit and shows the tendency of the movement for doing that. Or this character, if at the end, very end, like we dot the ear, I mean we note the ear, this case, you do not have to do that sharp end. You can do fine, just fine. That's why I'm demo here and try to explain things. You understand the principles of that, the basic rule of that, and you do not have to exactly mimic how sharp I needed to do. You don't have to. You can pause there a little bit, or just leave something. That's from the horizontal stroke. That's it. Yeah. Okay, and the other stroke, let's move on. Oh, I better just use this for two of characters together, right? Okay, if you write characters, two of them, like the ear, whatever style you choose, but better you choose like the same style for both two characters. You cannot, I mean, it looks weird if you choose the Xin, the first, like this very dignified style, and choose very on the grass one, cursive one, like that, to put them. Do you think it's matched? I don't think so. So choose the same style, whatever. Let's say.
Victoria?
Yes. So when you write vertically, you do
if
that.
This was used in the date or in our name, I didn't understand.
Oh, this is the ear. The name for the ear.
For the year.
Ear.
Year, okay. Can you explain that a little bit better? I don't really quite understand.
Charlie, please read the reference in the chat room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do try to do the English explanation on the handout. Says, okay, it's done. That doesn't make sense to that.
I'll read what Henry said about reading the chat, and if I don't understand it, I'll get back to you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And if I write the vertical way, should be left to the right, should be like that. So depends, your painting. Nowadays people people do both of the ways. You can do the horizontal way or vertical way. Actually, also for the horizontal way, you can do left to right. This is left to right, and also right to left is okay.
Victoria, could you move the paper a little to the left?
A little to the left. Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah, because we couldn't see, it was cut off.
Sorry. Yeah. So this is the vertical way, and this is the one of the horizontal way, and also this is the other horizontal way. But you can tell the difference, right? They are all correct to do. I'm doing kind of the my handwriting of the walking style. You can tell the strokes, but some connections. That's the basic things. And you learn the different style today. Also on the handout, you decide. Sometimes you can use for the different painting or different place. You think which style matched, or just simply feel which style you feel comfortable to write to, or different time you choose different. Yeah. Okay, that's the okay. Any question about that? Okay, basically I said the one character is the second of the 12 earth branch. We have the how to say the 10 heavenly stems, 10 characters for heavenly we call heavenly stems of that, and the first character is the eighth of that, and the second character is the earth branch. There are 10 characters. This is the second one. So each year choose one character from the 10th one and from the 12th one, put together. So which means one circle is 12, one circle is 10, but if you put two characters together to confirm this year, to name this year, what's the term for the mathematics, for the math? I don't know the word. So 12 and the 10, put them together. The two characters meet together, circle should be the 60. Understand? Yeah. So okay. So these characters can match other characters for the other year. These characters can match other characters for other year, but those two together, so 12, well, one of the 12 one, and the 10 one match together, same one should be 60 year once. Did I say it clear? That's the math question. So when traditionally the Chinese people date the year of the painting beside the signature, he or she will write down those two characters to year, and the people normally wouldn't got confused with the the specific year, because depends on author or painter's living span. One people for this can normally meet just once, 60, because 60 year. 60 year, you can get the one of this character together, right?
So what you're saying is this happens every 60 years?
Yes.
Every 60 years.
Yes.
Yes.
Or if the painter started to paint, possible, started to paint, say, the 20 year young, and then 80 year old. Understand? Possible for one people for the painting time if cross 60 year. So either this paint have been done for the same people when he was 20 year old or 80 year old.
Victoria?
Yes.
I have a question. If a person does a title and their name and then the date, do they tend to keep the same style for all of them? So they're consistent in the style? So
No,
doesn't have to be.
No. You can adopt multiple style names
Right.
to
Yeah.
mark your life events.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
Okay, but the characters within this one, you want to keep the same style.
Yeah, those two together, you do not want to do, two different looking. Do you think two different looking, some things like that? Yeah, but there's it's not against the law. But normally for the general looking, yeah, looks too different. Yeah, but sometimes for yourself, probably a little bit mixed with cursive and walking. That's not hard bound there. Probably
Victoria.
walking and the cursive is fine. Yeah, but especially with
Victoria.
cursive and the clerical kind of two different two on the jumping tone like that. Yes. Whose question?
It's Charlene. Next question is, could you write your name and the year, in other words, just write your name and the date as it would show. Of course, it won't show a title, or maybe you could put orchid or some kind of orchid and then the date like you just did, and then your signature, so we see how it's done on a painting. Yeah, does that make sense?
I don't think I understand your question.
We just write 辛丑微微, that's it. Or I can write 辛丑下联, right?
Like for example, I will do
Charlene
it later. Yes, you do both. You do like that. That's the year, right? And my name. And then seal. I have no room, probably you can arrange that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And then the title would go above the date, right? Or the year.
Year.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the title, it's the year. Year of ox.
Year of, okay. Okay. Very good. Very, now I understand.
I'm glad I understand your question.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Wait, so I have a question, Victoria.
It's
Kathy. So those two symbols represent 2021 or the year of the ox?
Yes.
Okay. Would you also put the symbol for the ox in there, or is it already
No.
in there? Okay.
No. It's put the indicated the 2021 completely. Yeah, or you want to put the ox, whatever, that's the zodiac things. You don't have to normally. No.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Victoria,
Yes.
while we're on the subject, okay, would this be the way you would write each time we had the year of the ox, or only every 60 years the year of the ox?
No, the year of the ox is 12 a circle. You know, 12 zodiac animals.
Okay. So then the
this is
next year
the metal ox. So they're different oxes. Actually, yeah, they don't repeat every 12 years for different ox, but the same ox will repeat only after 60 years in a life circle. You could only get once.
Right.
Okay, so that makes sense then. So every 12 years, no, but every 60 years, yes, we would do this.
Right.
Okay. Sorry, it's just a little confusing.
No. It's very interesting because some people do the research of the 5 yin yang and the 5 elements even deeper than I do the research. They understand even more of that, but it's also some mathematical things. When you understand this, it doesn't matter, right? Yeah. So those two characters meet together, bond them together. We learned today, 60 years you meet once.
Okay.
But for the single one, it will appear and combine with other one, 12 for once and 10 for once. But for two of them together, so the mathematics concept, the term, I don't know for that is 12 and 10, so 60 once. And for most people in your life, you can meet the twice of the same two characters together. But for the painting year, probably just once, or possible for like 20-some and 80-some twice. Yeah, but just 60 year, once 60 year.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, let's move on to the characters. This character, we learned the orchids, right? I will put the orchids here again. We learned the orchids. Like the grass top with like 2 cross, but in calligraphy way, like a little bit looks more artistic. Actually, it's a 2 cross together. You remember that from the computer. The style. Or some people like the 1 stroke in the center. That's the orchids, and orchids normally is the I mean, the early, they are all in spring. The orchids are a little bit earlier and smaller size. And the word hui we learned today is a little bit later. They are all spring, late spring, or sometimes to the summer. And taller stem, bigger size, taller stem, and with the for the orchids, normally just the two flowers, I mean blossom when it blossom. But for the hui, we learned today. Look at I got two paths. I happened to, and I'm lucky to have both of them together. See, the bigger one is the hui. Today we are going to learn. The smaller one, I mean, is the orchid. Anyway, both of them, you can call them like the orchids, this character. But if more specific, so the small one is this orchid, and the larger one with the mold flower and the longer, taller stem. Because the stem, flower stem, you saw that flower stalk is taller than the leaf frame there. And with typically with the 9 flowers, we also call this 9 children orchids. Okay, so same top. We see the plants top, grass or flower, lots of we have that. And the 2 cross, you can do like that, 2 cross. Or you can do and then do that. And then small horizontal one. And this, like the field one we learned, a little bit larger than the horizontal one. With one end touch, so not very stiff looking, and seal that. And then center vertical down, cross, and the small horizontal one with a little bit of slant here, and a dot with the direction. See, this totally together, the horizontal one and the dots one, this length about parallel to the size, to the top of this like the field thing, box thing. And underneath, do we remember what's the character for that? Anybody remember that?
Heart, mind.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad a couple of you remember that. So dot. And then you know, 3 dots kind of talk together, you know, like, you know, this a little bit this shape and this a little bit this shape shows connection, like kind of talk to this. So the dot with some direction shows the connection of them, the relationship of them. And I want to, I think very first we talk about the stroke, and I know probably it's time to say it again, review that. I want to show this clear. So this hook with some direction and a little bit diagonal shape, see, like that, right? Not very horizontal, it's different from horizontal. Also not that vertical. So we have 2, just let you know, see here clear. We have 2, that's 2 strokes. Okay, for normally from the bottom one for the heart character, This is we call the line, like lie down, lying down. Yeah, lie down with hook. So more flat shape, more horizontal direction, horizontal shape, like this shape. This more vertical shape. We call this a slant hook. Okay, this is slant hook, more vertical, standing up. And for the heart one, the stroke is like the line, but with some, not total vertical, not total horizontal. So right this way. Okay, this is the taller stem orchid. It's Hui. So they both of them, if you use one word to do some 协议, so I don't care what kind of the orchids. You can, if you choose one characters, this. If you choose one, use this. And this is the, can be under the category under this. So this is specific for shorter one, if under this. And this is for the taller long stem one. And why I bring the lots of the orchids here in the camera, front of the camera. I didn't learn, you have to learn the specific word for the name of that, because in the traditional Chinese way, Chinese painting, like the mustard seeds garden menu, they mentioned two kinds, the short spring one and the taller spring one. Only those two kinds. You will see the painting with the long stem with lots of like 6, 5 or flowers, or even 9 flowers, sometimes over 10 the flowers, not typically with this. It's different, even not for biology or for the planting people. People do the garden work for, even for them, also for the painter, for the 协议 painter also as well. Yeah, they divide them for the shorter one and the longer stem one with the multi-flower one, or with only like a 2 to 3 flowers for that, and the multi-flower for that. So better we know this word. And I think it's not very hard, because it's hard because of the grass top we learned with the two like sprouts looking thing become the 2 cross and become the radical of this item for the plant, for the category for the plants. We learned already lots of places many times. And for the bottom of the heart part, we learned so only the center part of that. Okay, let's do the, since we understand the things of that, even more simple for the center part of a walking style. So do this, da, and then horizontal one, and then really simplify. Actually, I think it needed two strokes for that. Okay, this, even omit the underneath of this one, directly do the heart one, and very connect. I think my heart is too big. You can make this smaller. So when you do the homework and later, look at the sample, the example of that. So my one is just want to demo the process for that. Normally not the perfect one. Okay, and for the grass one, cursive one, running style is really a lot changed. You know, this example for the cursive one, I choose from the 八大山人. he has really good the famous calligraphy, and I personally really like it. What's the specialty? His painting is really shows his I mean the characters personality, and his writing, I mean his calligraphy, very smooth and very, you know, more, look at the rhythm, really even, smooth shows, not very the rush things or strong things. So do the like two dots together become kind of the wave thing, and then horizontal one very clear, right? Okay, so those part is for the grass radical on top, and then horizontal one back a little bit, connect like that, and the big like that, hunchback things, and back to the center, horizontal, vertical, and then horizontal and the bottom. So this very typical rule for the grass top, you know, this and this and the become this, right? So these things become this. And when you write faster, become two dots together, and it shows very strong connection to the horizontal. Yeah, like that. That's the grass top. And the bottom one, even more simplified for the whole thing. You can barely see, you know, the field thing like that, right? You can really, it's become just like that. And then the whole thing. Yeah, it just see what you feel comfortable to write. But you can feel that, and by I mean our Zoom class practice, learn together. Okay, and this is the clerical style. We say, see, you can see the very dignified looking, and also very, there is one, well, here looks like the two strokes, like the goose tail flying, right? Goose tail flying thing. They put two of them. One is the horizontal one, and the other is kind of the hook, is the hook one. But, you know, on the hard surface, on the stone metal, it's hard to do really the hook look like a thing, you know, like brush do. So do like the kind of the tail flying thing. So two dots. And put them together, continue connect with the big horizontal stroke. and then a smaller horizontal stroke. But same way to do. Each stroke you do kind of the, thinking of you are holding the knife on the stone, kind of on a little bit conceal the tip and like a back stroke a little bit and stroke by stroke. Connect the center one. And the horizontal one, this one's very small, to make the whole thing balanced looking. Doesn't have to be the same length, and very small, but connect together, kind of the vertical looking dot. And then the dot of the heart. The heart for that, the dot for this style, kind of the triangle shape, because not very nice, not very smooth like we do brush, right? Thinking of this is very smooth one. Thinking of kind of the stiff, for the hard surface carving, And then this one back a little bit, and then press to do the flying one. This way, not really back for the hooking, because on stone, on metal, it's hard to do that. And then 2 dots. This style looks, you can call it, it's more stiff, but with the, when you write good, with very, dignified, very stable looking. So that's why sometimes when you write one character, I like it. And it's not hard to write because stroke by stroke, Okay, that's the horizontal, the clerical style for that. Okay, that's how much for the character for this, and for the more practicing and the use for the characters we are learning today, and we do another calligraphy stroke practicing for the orchids. And I like to do that. I promised when orchids bloom.
Victoria,
Yes.
what paper did you just use with
I use double shone rice paper, which means because with some thickness. Because this with the before mounting, it give you more like enhanced color, easier to see because it's thicker.
Thank you.
I'm not normally to do that. I like very thin paper, but in the on the screen probably this is see clear with thickness to enhance a little bit for the color. Okay, look at the back. I watch them every day recently, so I can remember. I have no room to put in front of me, but I can remember. And it's still it's shade, not very. Doesn't have to be really precise. I'm going to use some color. I forgot my color palette. I use Henry's sauce. I use some blue, some ink. This looks like the opaque blue. What's that blue? So this one basically the taller orchids with really stiff and thinner leaves, but still remember the role of, you remember the whole shape and the role of the one stroke open the sky, and the second cross the make the phoenix eye, and the third one break the eye, which means the way to cross it. And the smaller one is much smaller. I make it here. And the tall one with the stem much taller, or do that. And the stem, we know that from the bottom, from the earth. And the small one with the shorter and the thicker stem, really short. Different section for that. Yeah, about that. And then the flower, this flower is some green. In between green and yellow, and the tip of a flower petal is kind of what we call the plum petal, which means a little bit rounded.
Victoria, we can't see the long one.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You know, for the front one, I hope you watched it. I sent you the handout. For the front one, we call the orchid. My fingers. Like 5 petals, right? 5 petals. Three outside, and 2 like the towards forward. If side one, you can see 5. If side view, you can see 5 petals. But if the front view, you can see, or you can only see the 3 of them, and the 2 of them like that. You can only see the tip of the petal. You know, not like the plum. The plum, the plum blossom, you can see the 5 petals if the front view, right? But the orchid petals, you can see the picture I'm sending you. You can see only 3 of them, and the 2 of them is really small. The front one, very interesting. Mm-hmm. So some front one and some back one. And just very shady some side one. Side one you do, like the 5. You can see 5 petals. Okay, try to do different way. That. And some actually overlapped. Doesn't have to do that very precise. Do you know from the orchids opened from the bottom? You know, from the bottom one is the first opening. Before I grow them, I didn't know that. I thought on top is the first. So if you want to save like one bud to show things, you know, from the bottom, save them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, I got 9. I don't want to do that very specific things. And there is okay, for this one, it's really small, just things like that. That's good enough. And the stem, a little bit like the purplish color. I mean the still a little bit like, you know, branch like a branch of the things like that. Sometimes this is really small. I wouldn't do that. Okay, and then I thought the center. So for the center one, we normally just, you know, simply dot it. Like we do the heart, the character for the heart, you know, just put some of them like with some connection, the dots. And this character, this also a little bit like the wing things for the flower petal, but need to be a little bit drier. Can do that. Otherwise, I just simply put some of that, like lost and found some that, and make a little bit, you know, more layered shows. Not specific. I cannot do because it's not elaborate, and I'm using this smearing paper. I have no time to wait it totally dry, and it just simply do that. And want to show so you can simply see the size of them, and I just use the rest of my big brush ink, probably do the part. You know, some shades for that. And orchids need to be very good breath, so with air. So some the hole on my on the side and the bottom side of my growing pot, and here is the smaller pot, same color. And some like the small rocks, some growing media, I got some like a pine needle.
Victoria,
Yes.
pull the painting up a little. Thank you.
Thank you for, you know, just measure some grown medias there. I just put some things there. Okay, and I didn't even look at it. And I put what a character I want to put. Okay, so this is simply, this is the characters, the tall orchids we learned today. And I just want to put the character here. And this is the small orchid. I put this here. Okay, this is the tall one we just learned today. And this is the one we learned before, the small one. And I put the ear here. The ear and my name. And eventually I remembered the seal this time. Always forgot to bring the seal. So put the rubber thing with some thickness or some felt support with it. Make sure each side, each corner touched and the center touched. And then put it gently. And then press it. I mean, each side and the center, they pressed, felt each part touched. And then gently lift it with this hand. Press this on this paper, hold it, and then lift it. Then I got the perfect the seal display. And okay, later I'll put the whole picture back. I want to show you what's the traditional painting of two categories of orchids. They are also called orchids, but this is just the orchids of the short one, the early spring one, and with less flower. This one only got one flower and very short. The stem, and the tall one with the 9 flowers, even taller than the leaves. This is called other characters we learned. And this year painting. Okay, and you always do the orchids practicing, right? So in the whole life of that, and I try to explain for the flower part. See, for the plum, if front, you say 5 petals, five petals like that, right? But if for the orchids, the front one, 5 petals. Okay, say side one on the book 1, 2, the 5, 1, the 2 towards forward one, right? And the three of them out one to decide the whole the gesture where it's towards, right? And so you see 5 of them, but kind of the side view. You see 5 of them. And for the front one, this is the side one, right? For the front one, normally, 3 outside one. And the 2 of them, you can see only like that. It's not even beautiful. So the front one, yeah. You understand? I talked about the two like this direction, like towards. We call it differently. We call outside pedal, and we call the center two. We call this an embracing pedal. We call it embracing pedal, like 2 arms pedal. Just it's different from the plum blossom. So the 2 petals like that. And for the when you dot things, like the 3 dots, 1, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, or 1, 2, 3, with some like a group, not very scattered, with no connection, the 3 dots. So no matter how it grows, just dot that like that. Okay, and the leaves always do. I also, because we got, this is a very basic one. We got some, a few new students, and we need to review part of them. So first stroke with open sky, right? First one, open. And the second one, kind of the same direction, but cross. With we also call the phoenix eye. Okay, so make it eye one. And the third one, to break the eye, is also the cross. Okay, how to break it? Okay, go almost the other direction. Okay, that's the very basic one we just review, for the new students and for our review. For like Yulia, I don't know how much you learned, and we review, so you have chance to learn these basic things. So those 2 are with these 3 strokes, very basic. No matter later on you can. That's it. If you want to only, that's okay already. Okay. Later you can add the 4th, the 5th to help, or you can make another growth. This is one growth, right? And also you can make the other growth of them, or you don't have to. But sometimes when you do the real painting, you do not have to think about the which one first, which one second, but eventually you will see, some eye. That's the rule for how it cross. Okay, that's just do very quick review things, or even some like from the orchids, the real orchids sketch from the rock. So it's down this way. The rock is here probably. Mountain, rock things, and the first like that, and the second you can same way cross. Okay, the third one, see, got the eye, right? The second one, make a phoenix eye. And then the third one, you got a little bit like that way, you know, to cross the eye, to break the eye. Can you see that? You know, you can add some more things later on, but very basic 3 strokes, same way, but different direction. Okay. I think the time is flying, so the only thing I can do for one class is that much. And hope you had good time and learned some things and to inspire you to do painting. And I think next time, I always think, I mentioned once, I said, we will learn the character for the news, and we learned the spring already, right? Just, I mean, that's the class. So we will do something like the orchids, or originally it's from the plum, for the spring news, you know, from very old branch, old tree, eared tree, plum tree, and got a little bit started, you know, the flower there, not very, not whole tree of them. So got the term for the spring news, you know, from the early spring things. I think we want to learn I want to let you know the characters, and also this is a good terms for that, spring news. So, and then you can think of your local flower painting, or, you know, some things to do very early spring. So just after the long cold winter, you know, and do some things, shows the tree branch, this the way, early spring. So spring news to show the early spring, and really appreciate the new stuff shows on the, you know, the old eared the winter tree. And also you have for the winter tree, you have chance to show your calligraphy stroke for the tree branch, and for the, you know, exercise of your calligraphy stroke, you know, not of the summer tree, whole bunch of green leaves covered. You do not have, I mean, you don't have chance to show your calligraphy tree of the tree branch, you know. Anyway, and that's what I'm thinking of for the next time. Probably we learn the spring news things, and let you have your idea to paint some flower things of your local things, and use this term of spring news. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions? Any questions? Let me know. Any suggestions? Let me know.